Hey everybody, this is Geneva of Geneva's Closet Talk Show. Please make sure you like and share this video and subscribe to Geneva's Closet if you haven't already done so right here on YouTube. And you can follow me on Facebook at Geneva's Closet. And you can email me at genevascloset22@gmail.com. Now, let's get into the news.
Chances are most Americans are already consuming futuristic foods. Genetically modified crops were introduced into our food supply in the 1990s. AquaBounty, the biotechnology company that created this new designer salmon, predicts a future of even more genetically modified animals in the food supply. With production now underway in the U.S., the company looks to win public approval. Deep in the heartland, in a small town about 10 miles northeast of Muncie, Indiana, is this not-so-typical farm. Inside these buildings, salmon are growing. They are the first bioengineered animals in the United States approved for human consumption.
Don't touch the fish.
AquaBounty, the biotech company that owns and runs this 40-acre complex, takes the I-team inside the operation. Security and sanitation safeguards required as each building is entered and exited. Under strict guidelines, live fish can never leave this farm because of fears they could damage the wild salmon population.
Sign into that book, please.
The imported salmon eggs coming from Canada have to clear U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service inspections at Chicago O'Hare Airport. When the I-team visited the farm last month, thousands of eggs from the first batch were springing to life.
Look at something that may be approved by the government as safe to serve for dinner. It's a fish, but it's been changed, genetically altered by scientists who made it grow bigger and grow faster than ever before. But is it safe to eat? Our Jim Avila traveled to a hidden site in Panama to uncover the secrets of this superfish.
Behind padlocked gates and barbed wire fences in Panama grows what could be a landmark change in what we eat. Shades of Jurassic Park, where movie scientists played with dinosaur DNA. Here, actual scientists grow a DNA-altered salmon, producing the first bioengineered meat on track to be approved for human consumption. Critics call the process creepy and label it Frankenfish.
When you move the DNA from a species into another species, you create a new life form that's so new and so unique that you can get a patent for it.
ABC News is the first to see up close and actually taste this mysterious fish FDA scientists have ruled is as safe as food from conventional Atlantic salmon. This is what they call Frankenfish.
These are very healthy, beautiful Atlantic salmon.
The big difference? Size. This is a one-year-old Atlantic salmon, dwarfed by the new genetically altered salmon of the same age. How do they do it? By merging the DNA of 3 fish into one, taking DNA from a Chinook salmon and from a sea eel to produce an Atlantic salmon that grows fast from birth.
You get the market size at least 12 months before any other type of salmon that's out there.
AquaBounty says the fish are ready for market and the company now awaits final FDA approval. But have we gone too far?
It opens up a whole other section of the grocery store to this technology, which we think is still not fully understood.
There is no proven link between genetically altered food and health problems, but critics are skeptical about AquaBounty studies and complain government scientists have not done enough independent work and ignore the unknown. They worry but have no proof this new fish will increase allergies and theorize its altered hormone system could somehow cause cancer. The FDA's review of company data found those concerns unfounded.
Is this something I should be afraid of?
Man has been altering the nature of animals since man walked upright and began domesticating animals.
A new lab-created meat in the pipeline for FDA approval that is at once very different and just the same as America's favorite fish dinner.
Same texture, eating Frankenfish.
No, please don't use that term.
Simply said, more people eat more fish. And as a result, we are fishing out and emptying our oceans. If you are going to use genetic engineering and produce a fish that is going to make it to the market size in half the time, this will be huge. This will help aquaculture actually meet the challenge and become the industry that we needed to become, so we stop fishing out the oceans.
AquaBounty is betting on it. In March, the company got the green light to start business in the U.S. a few months after the USDA issued labeling guidelines for all genetically engineered foods.
Cranmer is the chief of the Namgis First Nation. They're an indigenous group that had relied on salmon fishing for centuries, until the fish started disappearing.
Did you ever do any commercial fishing?
A long time ago. It's not a very good thing to be in these days.
So he set up this indoor farm to provide work for the Namgis people and to serve as a model for how salmon farming could be done on a large scale in the future.
And of course, it could be done anywhere there's underground water.
So you could have a land-based salmon farm anywhere in the world?
Anywhere.
Landlocked city.
Yeah, anywhere.
Around the world are pouring funds into clean technology to raise fish and various other forms of seafood in aquaculture farms to meet growing demand. Korea is no exception. It's experimenting with ways to make the technology even better. Our Kim Hye-sung reports.
Here at the National Institute of Fisheries Science, eel, a favorite with Koreans, grow at a healthy rate in these round tanks.
지금 보이시는 게 하얗게 우유처럼 나오는 게 정자예요. 예.
Researchers are inseminating the sperm with eggs to breed eel, and they say finding the right timing and feed are critical, which is why it takes decades to perfect the process. To speed things up, the institute has invested over $5 million in eel aquaculture since 2008. 4 years later, in 2012, they'd cultivated artificial eel eggs, and 3 years after that, they hatched their first glass eel, which produced its own eggs.
Researchers are successfully breeding eel in a completely controlled environment here. Not only that, in terms of pollock, they also became the first in the world to do so.
Pollock has been absent from Korean waters for more than a decade due to overfishing and rising ocean temperatures. But Korean scientists have developed a feed that can survive in low temperatures, and for the first time, they raised a second generation of pollock this year. But experts say that for Korea to become a major player in the global aquafarming industry, greater investment and policy changes are needed.
In Korea, fish farms are small operations with about 3 farmers each, which helps produce a diverse range of fish but makes mass production difficult. A change in the current aquaculture law, which bars conglomerates, is needed.
Norway, the world's largest exporter of salmon, has companies managing the entire value chain, reducing costs and maximizing benefits. Countries like Denmark or Japan are also investing in clean technologies like smart farming and equipment for high-quality mass production.
That's why the institute is testing a remote control system called RAS, which is scheduled to be commercialized by 2019.
The system lets people check temperatures, acidity levels, and water circulation from afar, which could reduce labor costs and facilitate mass production.
That's why the institute is testing a remote control system called RAS, which is scheduled to be commercialized by 2019. With the global population expected to reach 9 billion by 2050, the demand for protein is expected to grow by 70%. And the UN Food and Agriculture Organization has pointed to fish as a promising future source of protein. And to meet that demand, here in Korea, researchers are working to advance their technology so fish farmers can make the transition from catching fish to raising them. Kim Hye-sung, Arirang.
Your shrimps are dirty in a lot of ways. Did you know that most of the shrimps sold worldwide are imported from countries like Thailand and Indonesia? They're grown in a type of farm, which are actually crowded and filthy pools, full of antibiotics, disinfectants, and pesticides. Most pesticides used, in fact, are actually banned in places like the US. These pools are so dense and dirty that many shrimps actually die in it. Not only that, many prawn farms slice open and cut off the eyes of female shrimps to make them breed faster, as it causes them to develop mature ovaries. This practice, called eye stalk ablation, happens in almost all prawn hatcheries around the world. It has been reported that the eye stalks fully regenerate after a few months. But scientists agree that they do show traumatized reactions when this treatment is performed. That's not all the problems with shrimp farms, however. This type of farmed shrimp also causes harm to the environment. Plus, many of these productions actually use slave labor. Next time you're feeling hungry for some shrimp, maybe first check where it comes from.
New technology could make that next trip down the aisle a little bit easier. Here's ABC's Gina Trin.
Attention shoppers, the supermarket is about to get a high-tech makeover. Tech companies are working on ways to make your next trip down the aisles even more convenient. Check out these interactive smart shelves. They recognize when you point at an item and take it off the shelf.
Up the bag of pasta, it will actually notice that it's the bag of pasta. It's going to show all of the ingredients up there along with the allergens. It will tell you the origin.
Behind the scenes, motion sensing cameras are at work. In the checkout lane, the Jade X7 scanner from Datalogic uses multiple cameras to scan groceries from all angles, making checkout foolproof.
It doesn't matter what orientation that I put these on. I can even read items that are facing the bottom. So I can take this barcode and face it down. We measure volume. So in case I have a stacked item, it will identify it to the user. You could do this blindfolded. It doesn't matter where you put it on or how you put it on.
Over at Swedish company iTab, representatives are showing off the 2.0 version of conveyor belts.
Alex, this is not any conveyor belt, a smart conveyor belt, right?
Yeah, it's a really smart conveyor belt.
How does it work?
It works by identifying the barcode.
Okay.
By scanning it, placing it down on this infeed belt,
right,
which includes a weighing system.
That weighing system can't be fooled either.
If I scan this...
Yeah, you can try it.
Right? But you put down that
I
instead.
put that one, yeah.
It doesn't go because it knows that this isn't on the conveyor belt.
So if I remove this one now, it will let that one.
There it goes.
Want to skip the checkout lane altogether? A new app, appropriately named Skip, lets you scan barcodes as you shop, pay on your phone, and go. It all adds up to a checkout that puts you in the virtual express lane.
Okay, people, tell me how you feel about this. And you please like and share this video and subscribe to Geneva's Closet if you haven't already done so right here on YouTube. And you can follow me on Facebook at Geneva's Closet. And you can email me at genevascloset22@gmail.com. You all have a fabulous day, and I will talk to you later. Bye.